Happy Friday morning to you, girlfriends. This is Leslie at 507 Willow House Journals. Today we are going to put this girl together. Isn't she beautiful? Oh, I can't do that. I got to trade out some papers. Hold on real quick. I'm just going to do it anyway. That and that one are similar, you know, but this one's going to be on that one's going to be on the back side, so it'll be fine. Anyway, yesterday we put our base together for the flip-flop journal. So you should have your base put together and are covered if you want to cover it. If not, I did change this paper out and put that on because I thought the pink just jumped off the page. So I did that. I love it. Okay, so I've got my signatures together. I have gone through and tweaked them just a little bitty bit, not a lot, and I didn't add many more pages, but I did add a few. So this is how, when I get ready to put my papers together, I start in the center, and I'll find the center. I put them in the center, and then I start kind of stacking them out. I want to see, how are y'all doing? I didn't ask you how you doing. What you got on your desk today? Is it raining at your house? It's gloomy at mine. It rained all night here. So, which means my car floorboards is wet because my carpet got wet because my convertible top leaks a little bit. I got to have it worked on. Okay, there. How's your mom and them? Okay, got all the questions out of the way. Thank y'all for being here. I am super duper tickled that you're here. Okay. Now, this is my center signature. Y'all, I've got a lot of these swatches in here. I don't care. They're so beautiful. Okay, but this is the center of signature 1. Now, I want to be sure that I see up here. Did I not fold that? Yes, I did. It just came unfolded a little bit. I want to see up here. I want to see over here. I want to see a little bit on this edge right here, which you can see. And I want to see a little bit right there. Okay? I've got them balanced out almost the way I want it. This determines what this is going to do for me is when I flip this page, how do I want to see the next page? That's how I do mine. But when I start to put it together, I just kind of stack out. See, I can see up there. I can see down here. This one, I added in a painted paper because I sat and painted papers yesterday afternoon while the post office was diddly-dallying around with my ring light. Yes, my brand new ring light is in, but they goofed around about it forever. So this is what I was doing. I was sitting at home painting papers. Yes, I was. So I painted those. Aren't they beautiful? Now, with this one, I can still see here. I can see over here, and I can see a little bitty bit right there. Those things make big difference for me. Then I look at this one, which is fabulously delicious. So I see everything I want to see. I see 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 layers. Love it. Okay, this one I'm going to pull down a little bit, and I added another little blop. This, I call this blop. Let me show y'all how I made that. You're going to probably crack. Where'd they go? Oh, probably going to crack you up. This is how I made those blops. Yes, it is. See, look. Check that out. It's still wet. This is still wet from last night. Now, that will dry. That will dry and show more of a circle. So, yeah, there you go. Quick tip on that. You get those at the DG for next to nothing. Okay, but this page, I want to see it up here. I want to see this one down here. That, to me, balances out the page. Excuse me, I had a little bit of indigestion. Do y'all see that my pattern, I'm a dead giveaway. My pattern is a dead giveaway. A paper, 2 book page. A paper, 1 or 2 book pages. Got a little break there, 1 or 2 book pages. And pull that one right in place. Excuse me. I'm going to pull that one right down there. Now, I'm centering this kind of like from here to here. Just a little bit lower down. I'm okay with that. See how that looks? I'm going to pull it down just a little bit more. Let me show you what I do need to do differently, though. Okay? this is going to be the very front signature. I want this signature, I want to see more at the top than I do at the bottom. Does that make sense? That's my preference. Like I said, I think it was yesterday, you can come through here and zippity-doo-dah all your edges off and just be done. If that's how you want to see yours, fabulous. Now see, but I want something sticking up at the top. See, like, I want to see that layer. Okay, and this page still balances out pretty well. I'm good with that. Now, I could, because this page, I don't want to send it all the way to the top, but what I could do is pull that down, pull these pages down just a little bit. Let me show you. And then I have that ruffled layer. But I don't think I like that. I like being able to see this layer first. So, okay, there we go. That one I'll move back up a little bit. That, and pull that down just a smidgen. And that's got that signature ready to go. Now see, I still want it to go up a little bit. It's just, like I said, it is just your preference. I normally don't make the front cover this big, but that's okay. So now I'm going to bind this one in. Yes, I am. As soon as I find the center signature. Okay, and for binding it in, I'm going to use, like, I think I can get by with, I'm still holding that because I've got everything in place where I want it to go. Okay. Now, let's do this side. I haven't always used this step. A lot of times I would, in the beginning, I would skip this step. I can't tell you how important it is that you don't skip it. Now, I push my, let me show you what I do. Where'd it go? Oh. Had to move my garbage can. I get my book. You can see I've poked through the spine of it a cajillion times. So, and see, I have not that one, I goofed up, but I have that, and that for a smaller book, okay? When I have a larger journal like this, I'll go to the center. I'll try to line it to center it up right there. And then I try to use the edges as another gauge, okay? It depends on how wide the book is, but that's how I do it, mine. I mean, if I didn't, I'd be like nuts, okay? Now see, I'm going to fit that properly just right down into that as I can get it, okay? I'm going to put my signature in there in keeping with how I want to see it based on this. I want to see it right there, okay? So what am I going to do? I'm going to do that right there. I'm pushing it down into the center. You want to do that to help your pages not get out of alignment with the hole that you're about to punch in it. Oh, that's my pokey one. That one's my real pokey one. I use an awl tool, and then I use that. I don't know what it's called, but it's got the eye on it, and it does help me sometimes to be able to just thread through. Okay, I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to just eyeball it, find my center. I'm pretty good at balancing that out. Then I'm going to push that through just like that. I'm going to be sure it's, where'd it go? See, I got it out of line just a second. Okay. Let me do that then, because I don't want to goof up. Okay, let me double check with the one that's not as sharp. Okay, now I'm back in alignment. Okay, now I'm going to peek over the edge of the book a little bitty bit. And I'm going to use this as my guide, but I'm going to go about halfway from here to here. That's probably why that one was there. I'm not sure, but down it goes. Through it goes. Just like that. I'm going to line it back up. I'm going to come down here, but I'm going to go about halfway out again. Okay. And that's that for that signature and this for the moment. Now, I'm using embroidery floss because I love it. And it's a beautiful pink. Look how gorgeous that is all on there. Don't y'all just love that? Okay, now let's just do this. I use different needles. It depends. on what I'm sewing up. How big the journal is, how little it's not. How little it is, okay? I've got this one. I use this on small journals that are not so chunky. It's point. It's got a point on it, so be careful because I sometimes ram the point straight up my finger, okay? I have this giant one, and it's got a great big eye on it. I don't need this giant one right now. I'm going to use this one. I love this length. It does have a point on it. Believe me, that's how that got there, and it still hurts. I'm just saying. But I'm going to line that up. Let me put these up because I keep them right up here so that I don't lose where they are. Now, where's my one I'm using? I lost it. Oh, there it is. Sorry. I got a little bit scared. I lost my thing. Okay. So I'm doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Now, if you're new, you may not know this stitch, okay? This is the only, I use this, and sometimes I use a 2-hole, but more often than not, I use the 3-hole pamphlet stitch. And then I just sew it together. I go in the center, I come back up, and I can go to that side or to that side and pull it just like this. Then when I get to the center, I'm going to stretch it across from one end to the other. Pop that straight through there. And it will help to keep your signature folded, because you got that deep V in there, trying to be sure the pages are all together on the spine while you're doing this, and that will help. That will help for you to be able to just push your papers right on in through there. What you do want to do is try to avoid stitching back through stitching back through the seam. Okay, now I'm ready to tie this off. I could have gone lower on that one. I didn't judge that one very well. But here we are. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we've got one signature sewn in. I can take these out right here. And ta-da, it's in there. Look how beautiful that is. If you don't like something about what you've done in putting this, like right here, I'm looking at it, this page right here, I could have brought that page back down a little bit, because see the difference here and there? Y'all, we don't have to be perfect. That I struggle with that. I've learned more about being imperfect and allowing myself to step outside of perfection. Making journals has done that for me, because y'all, if you're a perfectionist, you know it's a struggle all the time. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going on to the next. Let's look at my signature, see how, if I've got everything lined up like I want to see it. And no, I could really put a bigger book page in behind that as well, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do that. Now, these two pages started out the same height, but I don't want them to stay that way because I want to see the layers, okay? I'm going to put that, I'm going to pull this down maybe toward the bottom. No, I'm put it right down, smack dab in the middle, okay? And that one I can do in the middle because it works. When I say in the middle, from here to here, in the middle. I hope that made sense. Now, okay, we're getting right here. I want to see a little bit of something sticking up. I've got to have a little bit more of something sticking up. So let's look at, it's probably not going to give me what I need, but I can do that right there. I could do that. Now I'm going to come back down, and now I'm going to put this in. This is my signature too. It doesn't feel like it's got enough pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want one more page in there. And I think I want it to be right here. I think I want a taller page. I may put in another block page. I don't know. But let's see if I can find something real quick to go right in there. I've got a blue jillian. of stuff over here. Hold on. Let me pull. Isn't that a beautiful one? Now this, most of my ladies on the signatures, I mean on the that I've got in the signatures right now, most of those are from Souvenir de la France. That would be Jacqueline. Jacqueline. That's how I say her name. She said I could pronounce her name better than she could. I don't know if it's pronounced Jacqueline or what. I call her Jacqueline. I think that's beautiful. I need that out of my way a minute. Okay, give me just a second because I'm looking to see what it is. That, to me, just needs a little something, I think, right there. I'm not sure. I don't know. But you know what? Let's look at this. Okay. There we go. Donna, are you listening? This is it. This is the last piece of this that I have. I'm just saying. This was gifted to me by Donna, our girlfriend Donna at Twisted Paper Studio. I'll have to take a little bitty bit of it off. Just a little bitty bit. Where's my ruler? I'm just going to take a little bit off. But yep, that's the last of this. I've hoarded it. I've cherished it up to this. Okay, look, beautiful. See those layers? That's crooked. Okay, I will deal with that later. I'm not going to deal with it right now. It probably is going to stay crooked. It gives me, okay, see the difference? See the difference in the layer? There's this color and that color are so much the same that it, to me, it takes away. It needed something to pack a wallop of a punch. And there is our wallop of a punch. Look at the difference and how gorgeous that is. Now, we also see the pink background like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh man, and we still see the pink. You can see how it layers around it, just highlights it. It's just delicious. Okay, this signature too. Put that right there. Where is our signature going to go? It's going to go right here because we've got signature 1. Okay, we've got signature 2. So what I've got to be careful about is that for me, I want to line this up and that up kind of centered between that and that. Does that make sense? Because look at the, see the layer out down there? I got the layer up there, the layer down there. That's perfect. But what I also need to look at is this going to be even out? No, I'm going to have to move that down a little bit because I do want it to be a little bit more symmetrical. Okay, now let's look. That is delicious right there. Okay, let's look and see if I'm okay with that being right there. I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Where's the center? Y'all need to come and get with the program here. Is that the first thing? Where's the... Well, y'all, hold on. Give me a second. I'm just going to do that. Let me show you what I'm going to use. I'm going to get these big mama jumbos up in here. That will help me stay in the second signature right there, okay? Now, I'm going to get my book. I don't know where my thing is. Should be right there. What I'm going to show y'all that I normally could use this, but let me show you what I'm going to go by. I'm going to flip that up and I'm going to flip this upside down like so, and I'm going to gauge it. I can usually gauge pretty well right there. See, it came out just exactly even to that one. This is exactly how I do it every time. Don't know how close we'll be, but spot on. Let's see. Spot on. Oh, That's all the way. That's my measurement. I don't get down with a I don't get down there with a ruler and all that. I do if I'm doing like a hidden spine or something like that, but I don't. I mean, you know, I'm putting it through the spine of the book. Everybody's going to see the signatures on. I just don't. I just eyeball it. I think that's what now. But see, now you got to. Oh, my goodness. Where is it? Okay. I did get this bottom signature off a little bit. It's not, I mean, not right there I didn't. But there's more distance there between there. But that's okay. Look how easily these went in. Y'all, this does not always happen. And y'all have seen it here, live action. This is the kind of stuff that happens to me. Where did my thing go? How does that even happen? It doesn't happen to anybody but me, normally. Okay. Now, this tail is a little bit long for me. So, I need to leave those on a minute. I'm going to pull, see, I can pull back up through here and just balance out the, wait a minute, I'm going to get myself tongue-tied here in a second. I sewed through the thread. Okay, but it worked out okay. That's all right. Now, see, doggone it, I stitched through the thread. Let's see if we can make it work. Yay. Now I need to go get one side. Got one side, got a thread on each side. Oh, I thought I cut that 2 minutes ago. Okay, and then we're just going to knot it. I'm just going to tie a knot. You can tie a bow or whatnot, but with embroidery thread, embroidery floss, it just doesn't hold a good bow. You know what I'm saying? Now, we got 2 signatures in. They're not going anywhere. Aren't they beautiful? And look how gorgeous. Look at all those layers. Oh. Now let's do signature 3. Get that opened up. Where's my signature 3? See, I have to mark them. I have to do that. Let's look to see if it's where I want it to go, how I want to see it. Y'all, this journal to me is beautiful. Okay, got this in. Is that? Oh, I thought that was upside down. I got something sticking on my finger. Okay, I'm going to move those out just a little bit. Boy, isn't that beautiful? Okay, and I'm just going to start lining them up the way I want to see them. I'm centering this piece based on that and that. Because, see, I've got more room up here than I do down here. So I'm basing how I center this on this middle one. I don't know if that makes any difference for y'all, but it makes a tremendous difference for me based on how I want to see each page in my journal. I'm pulling that down to, not you, sister. Stay where you are. I wanted to pull that down just a little bit. Pull that down just a little bit and get that deliciousness right there in line. Holy doggies, that's beautiful. And get those lined up. How gorgeous is that? Now this one's going right here because we're going to fold it in just like that. Okay? So we're going to do this one more time. Yep. Yep, we are. We're going to do it one more time. Okay. I can't see my thingies now. If I could, I'd be all right. But I can't see them, so I'm just going to find this. Wait. I got to look to see something. I got to look at something else that I didn't look at to start with. I didn't take into account where I've got this signature in the whole scheme from here over here. Okay, now Just need to line that up. This needs to come down a little bitty bit. Okay. Just a little bitty bit. Now let's see. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so because I can't see the thingies, I'm just on my own. Here I go. Where's it at? I'm just gonna go here. Oh, this is gonna be just lovely. Okay, ouch. Almost broke my fake fingernail. Now let's go right here. Okay, now let's come over here. See, okay, I gotta be sure I capture this top edge. I gotta be sure I capture all the edges. Okay, let's do our thread. So you can even put your journals together and go through here and do a mass make. Yes, you could. Okay, now let's stitch this one in. And just like that. Uh-oh. Okay, let me tell you, if when you're doing this, if you lose your guide, if you cannot get your needle through each page consistently, oh my word, now I get to the third signature and it gets to acting like a fool. Quit acting a fool. Then you'll need to do, you can either start all over, line the holes up again, and go from there, or you can walk each page through. You can walk your needle through each page, and what I mean, I'll show you that. I'll show you that in just a second. Let me get that through there. I'm gonna take these off. I'm gonna be sure I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. Grab my needle. Went flying across the desk. I'm gonna cut now I'm gonna pull that through. I'm going to be sure it's taut back here and behave. It's not behaving, it's getting caught up on my sleeves. Okay. And then I'm gonna do another knot. Okay, now I don't want I'm just gonna do them about like that. I don't want them to hang way down. I'm anxious to see see now this one is way up from here. That's okay. This one's almost go. And it's okay. Like I said, I don't fuss with none of that. Okay, let me show you when we get to signature 4, what I would do if I lost control of what was going on. Okay? Let's get this situated according to how I want to see it. Okie dokie. Sweet Joe. Get that one, capture that, and bring it back down. I'm going to keep this one a little bit low down here. I don't want it too low, but I'm going to keep it a little bit low. Okay, everything seems to line up right there. We got to see where we got right here. Okay, now this page is not centered. I would rather have the height to the top side. So I'll pull the center page, pull this page down and see how it's going to line up right here. Okay, and then let's bump that up. Let's be sure that's like I want it. Okay, what I was talking about is this. If you lose control and your needle pops out, or these things pop off and you lose where your where you're putting your needle through at, you say I'm like going back up this way, you could walk your needle through that page, find it in here, go it on in that page, find it again. You can do it that way. I don't know if any of that made sense, but if it ever happens to you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. But you can do that. Now I gotta line this up. Be sure it's good there. Be sure it's good there. What am I trying to do? Where's my, oh, that's my signature right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. See, it all lines up just like I want it to. Here, there, and all that good doings. Yep. Okay. Now, let me get in here. Okay, I'm pushing it all down in the corner. I could get my book, okay, because this is acting, you know, it's getting big and chunky now. I can get my book and just go right down in there. Now, I got that hole I can go by when I'm poking this one right here. Okay? Yes, there. Chowabunga. Chowa. I don't think that's how you say it. Let me be sure that I got that still. Yeah. Okay. Now let's see where I want this one to go. Where's the... I can't see it. Well, I'm just going to wing it. Am I putting this in the right way? Yeah, I got that, y'all. Panic will sometimes set in on you just like that. And just investigate what you're panicking about and get it situated in your mind that everything is okay. Because flip-flop journals can at times be very confusing. But I hope that I've explained it in a way that it is not confusing. Let's see. Okay, let me get back in here. I'm just going to work through right there. Now see, I put 2 holes in. And see, this one's going to act up. I just put 2 holes in through there. Now I got to find, this is what I was talking about. This is not for, okay. This was purely accidental, but you see what I'm talking about. I need to kind of keep the needle going at the same slant or whatever it would be. Let's see. Okay, I did that one good. I just got off right there, but this should help cover it back up. Okay, it's trying to go through the thread. I don't want it to... Okay, see, I stuck that all the way through, but look. You see what I'm talking about? Where's my needle? There's my needle. It didn't go all the way through to my signature. This right here is exactly what I was talking about. Nope, it still didn't go through. There it goes. So see? That's how you... When you lose where your needle's supposed to be at and you're stitching it up and binding it and all that, you just kind of have to work with it sometimes. Okay, let me pull that through. Let me be sure that it's taut back here. And it is, so behave. Now see, it'll get to be a ruckus with you. That's okay. It's a lot of signatures here flip-flopping around, which is exactly why I named it the Flip-Flop Journal. I didn't name it that. I just called it that, and that's what I started calling it. That was it. So, okay. Now, we have got 4 signatures sewn into our flip-flop journal. Just like that. You can leave these long enough to put a charm or something on. I'm not good at adding charms. I don't necessarily like adding charms that dingle-dangle out the bottom. I don't know why. It just kind of bugs me some. On my journals, it does. But see, that's not too bad. You can see where I've lined the holes up. Well, that one went to the floor. You can see where they're lined up pretty even, lined up pretty even, lined up pretty even. Until we flip over here, that's lined up, kind of, sort of, almost. It would have been perfect if I'd have gone in the right hole. Okay, this one is a lot further. That one's a lot further. That's okay. It is what it is. And that, my girls, is how you put a flip-flop journal together. Y'all like that? Isn't it beautiful? I think it's just gorgeous. Now, I will try. I'm not exactly sure. A lot of these, what's the name of that one? Somebody's got it in the comment. Papier de Fleurs, something like that, I think. I use digitals from there, Papier de Fleurs, I think. I think that's how you say it, but that's the shop I use. That's where I think these came through. I'm not sure. But this, a lot of those, that, not that, but some of these, a lot of them have come from Jacqueline at Souvenir de la France, and then a lot of them came from, this is from Heather from, this is Pam, I can't say it, Sam, from Poole Designs. And then I've got a lot in here also that are from Heather at Ruby and Pearl. But I think that's stunning, and I love it. Now to add to it. See how beautifully it looks right there? It's even on the sides. It's just, this is gonna be stunning. Very easy to work with. See, I got off a little bit. That signature is a little bit lower, but that's okay. It is what it is. So that's it, y'all. What you think? Let's look at it. I love a flip-flop journal. I love holding it in my hands. And see, I've got a little tuck right there. Okay, now this paper is real flimsy, so I may end up covering that up. It got it in the journal, you know, it got it in here to keep this breaky page from breaking. But is this not stunning? I think it, see, I don't like the way that is right there, and I did it, but I don't like the way that is right there. So what I probably am going to do is cut this page down a little bitty bit. Yeah, because there's not anything specific right there. You see what I'm talking about? It's real far off. I don't like that, so let's fix it. Be sure I'm cutting through one piece of paper, and that's it. Because I have, yes, I have cut through the whole shebang before. Yep. And I will tell you, that constitutes taking the whole thing apart for me. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Now I got that. Oh, I like that so much more. You can see what I'm talking about. I like it so much more. It balances out. I love every bit of this. All of it. I love it. I love that I can see all the way around that page. Okay, let's go to 2 and look at 2. Love this so much. Oh my good grief. This is just stunning. This journal is beautiful. I am very, very happy with it. This, you see that, now this little page right here, you can hinge something to this. I personally will leave that because I love a short page like that. It just thrills my heart. So there, I will have that in there. But yeah, oh, this doesn't get any better. I absolutely love this journal. This signature is crooked, but it fits, so not gonna worry about it, but I can see it's crooked. This is a Ruby and Pearl, I think. Oh, I do have that in there twice. Was it in the first signature? Yes. Yes, it is. See there to there? I'm okay with that. I thought I did, but I'm glad it's, you know, in the differing, you know, it's got a little bit of space between it. Oh, I love it so much. So you can see each page, you can see all the layers, the whole 9 yards. You can see how beautifully they meld together. Wow, this is beautiful. I could not be any happier with this. Nope, couldn't be any happier. I absolutely love it. And now we'll work in it. We'll make ephemera and stuff like that. Now, I'll tell y'all, and y'all have seen it happen before. I've gotten a lot of journals to this point, and then I stop, and I set it aside, and that's because my brain doesn't want to go into the ephemera because I can't picture it in my head yet. But I'm gonna try to picture it in my head so we can get this. Oh, excuse me. Oh, so we can get this little beauty put together and get her done. I got folks waiting on flip-flop journals. Yes, I do. I got some ladies waiting on flip-flop journals. And now I'm going to be able to make probably about 4 out of all the papers that I've got run off right now. Isn't that fabulous? So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope it made sense to you. I don't know how long I've been going on the video, but anyway, I hope that y'all have enjoyed it and that you can put you together a flip-flop all day long. Yes, you can. I pray that that's what y'all can do because these are so much fun. But with that, girlfriends, I'm going to go. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Today's Friday, isn't it? Is today Friday? Let's see. It's November 1st. Happy November, y'all. Happy November. But anyway, I pray wherever you are that you're happy, that you know you're loved, and that you feel very safe where you are. And if I can, I'm going to attach some pictures from last night, from Trick or Treat with Georgia and Emma Lou and Anderson, the little cutie patootie, and Braxton. Braxton is my oldest daughter, Courtney, her best friend. That is her grandson. It's Brandy's grandson, but she claims him as her grandbaby, Courtney does, and she is granny to him. Courtney is granny. So anyway, so I got pictures with me and Braxton as well. But y'all have a wonderful weekend. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all Monday. Love y'all. Bye.